Out of the 10 greatest fighters in the world, in your opinion?
Well, I think the first is Jeffries, Bob Fitzsimmons, Sam Langford, Peter Jackson, Jack Johnson, Stanley Ketchel, Bradley Nelson, Joe Gann, Terry McGovern, Gene Tunney, Joe Walcott. That's about all I can remember right now.
Will you let me
Greetings, people. I come in peace. Just watched an interview with Nigel Benn on Boxing King Media and the press conference. Doesn't Conor Benn look gaunt? I hope he's not weight drained. Wouldn't that be poetic? Anyway, there was no surprises by Nigel Benn. He backs his son 100%, and so he should in public. The sad thing, though, is that he probably endorsed, sanctioned, and empowered the move to Zuffa with energetic enthusiasm. In his interview with Boxing King Media, Nigel said, "If you want loyalty, get a dog," which is surprising coming from Nigel, being of an older generation, an ex-soldier, having some staunch acquaintances, let's say. I thought he'd be more of an advocate of etiquette, decorum, and code of conduct.
Money there. And then we talk about loyalty. And I love what Carl Fott said. He said, if you want an effing loyalty, get a Labrador. You know, and I think, well, because they're loyal dogs, right? Yeah, a Labrador. So you kind of think to yourself, and I agree with him. There's no law.
Again, is why we have the problem of nobody thinking they've done anything wrong and nobody owning up to their mistakes or holding their hands up, because the older, wiser generation relinquishes its responsibilities to the inexperienced and the young. Worse than that, they follow the young generation down the toilet instead of pulling them out. A case of the tail wagging the dog. You see, Nigel knows what Conor went through and what Eddie did to back him. Who else was backing Conor? He was finished as far as I could see. I honestly couldn't understand why Eddie went so far out of his way for Conor. He looked silly because there wasn't any good explanation for how Conor tested positive twice for a banned substance. But Eddie went above and beyond, and personally, my estimation of him plummeted. I didn't expect him to wash his hands of Conor, but I thought his backing of him so vehemently, without any efficacy or receipts or explanation, was taking the fans for idiots. That's probably why Eddie was so upset. He hurt his brand for Conor. And Nigel, as a father, should know this. He went on to say Conor has to go where the money is.
But at the end of the day, Conor's got to go where the money's at.
Well, he was where the money is. He could borrow 300 grand and borrow 250 grand for a mortgage and get help paying his legal bills while earning millions. Conor has big money fights ahead of him. Regardless of which promoter he's with, it was just a matter of patience. He was with a close-knit group of people who had proven their dependability and loyalty. There was no doubt that Conor would be earning multi-millions over the next couple of years. Easily. He was already in that bracket. Anyway, what struck me was when Nigel said about the booing that the British public loved Conor as they loved him.
Conor getting paid, regardless. And I think, you know what, the British public know what Conor's about. And the British public love Conor the same way they love me.
Spoken like a true, adoring, doting and indulgent father. But that's not reality. The same father who stated Conor is better than he was. Yes, with Conor's lack of world title belts and all. I would be astonished if Conor wasn't mercilessly booed. And I'm not happy about that. But he must understand simple social science. People don't like treachery, no matter how you tart it up, especially since he wasn't liked or admired that much in the first place. His fighting is exciting, like his father's, but he doesn't have the power or the resume. He could fix that, but he's fighting an older, smaller fighter who has been on the slide as a 140-pounder that is now fighting at a heavier weight than he's ever fought, at 150 pounds, with a younger, bigger Conor Benn, who was just fighting at 160. Regis isn't expected to give Conor many problems, but you never know. Conor is going up and down in weight, and as I said before, he does look drained. It might be a bit of a hurdle. Who knows? I doubt it though. If Conor wants the accolade his father had, he needs to fight the fights that matter, with boxers in his own weight category. Nigel is wrong. Conor is nowhere close to being loved and cherished and respected as he was. Maybe that will change one day. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you like. And remember, choose life. Thank you.
So, that's it, huh?
Yeah. That's it, all right.